Hello, everybody. Welcome into episode 10 of Dogs on Skates. I am J-Dog, that is Andy, and with us today is special guest, Mr. Ty. How are you guys doing today?
Not bad
Very
at all.
well. Oh, thanks for having me.
In unison? Yeah, you're welcome. You are our first official guest on Dogs on Skates. I can't believe that we let someone with an Oilers shirt onto the show as our first official guest, but
This Moose and 11 could be anyone.
Yeah,
totally.
definitely. Yes.
Well, we're going to start off by talking about the Canucks, I guess, if we have to. As of right now, their season is officially over. They did
You
in
can
the
clap
process,
if you want, Ty.
They did in the process.
I take no joy in anyone getting eliminated. As a true
crap.
fan, it hurts. So I take no admitted joy.
There you go.
Well, I appreciate he's being diplomatic off the top. I'm not sure it's going to continue, but we'll see. But in the process, the Canucks did break a record. So that was kind of cool. They were the first ever NHL team to overcome a 3-goal deficit in the final minute of an NHL game. So despite getting eliminated, they went out with a bang. Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I thought it was a fascinating game. I only was kind of watching it out of the corner of my eye. I think it was a 3-2 game with 2.5 minutes to go. And yeah, everybody thought that was going to end up 6-5 Vancouver. Definitely. Yeah.
That's awesome. Scoring is not your problem, eh?
Nah, usually.
I mean, depends on what month you're talking about.
Yeah.
It really changes. I also didn't catch most of that game because I had other things to do. And I went on to the NHL app, and there was a minute to go. They were down 5-2, and I said to my wife, okay, well, they lost 5-2. That's it. Season's over. And then I went to the betting app to place a bet on the Avalanche game. And then I saw that the Canucks game was 5-4, and I was like, what the heck? So I went back to the NHL app and saw the two guys that scored. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Got a couple goals before the end of the game. Awesome. Went back to the betting app. It was 5-5, and I was like, what the heck? And I went back to the NHL, and sure enough, they did it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to forget about making that bet. I'm just going to go turn this game on, wound it back, and then, watched it up until overtime, and then watched overtime, and that was pretty neat. I'm like, where was this basically the other 8 months of the year? But I guess it's cool.
There's always that question when you're in the last couple minutes of the game, like at what point do you start leaving if you're in attendance, right? Or when do you shut it off when you're watching at home? Me, if it's multiple goals in the last minute, I'm trying to beat traffic.
Especially 3. They already scored their empty netter.
Maybe not an NHL game, though, because those tickets are ridiculous.
So you are... I refuse to leave early. Right? Because that's when the fights will happen, or,
I just
magic
hate
happens.
I'm with Ty, especially for an NHL game.
That's fair.
If you're going to go over your way to go to an NHL game, I can see why people do it, but I'm with Ty. It's more just on principle. I'm there from the start to end. If they're getting drummed 7-0, and it's more of a statement for leaving, then maybe. But for the most part, I try and stay to the end.
All right, it's a 5-2 game. The Victoria Royals are down. There's a minute to go. You got to work in the morning. You're telling me there's no chance you start heading for the exit?
I'm staying to the end because that's going to be less traffic because everyone's already going to have left. That's when the traffic rush is going to happen.
Maybe. Yeah. No, there's apparently a lot of people are heading back to their seats. Halfway out the door. Wait, what? Okay.
I mean, it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen.
It's
right?
never
all of a
happened.
Sudden, well, for you guys, maybe.
No, for any NHL team.
But that comeback. But you have seen it where all of a sudden it's like, oh, bang, bang.
Yeah, one that you thought was over.
Now this thing's going to overtime all of a sudden.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I judge those who leave early. So
I
think I left.
Because in your school.
That's when, if they're gonna drop some gloves, that's when it's gonna be.
That's fair.
Yeah, but that was fun.
So that was that. we did hold a little bit of hope going into the Sharks Wild game. That was our last chance. There was I shouldn't say hope.
Yeah.
That was our last opportunity to have any kind of chance. And I think Minnesota Wild couldn't score more than 1 point in their last 4 games. The Flames couldn't score more than get more than 5 points in their last 5 games, something like that. So it was extremely low odds. But the Sharks and Wild game at least gave us some fun to watch. Kaprizov in his return. So some of the storylines: the Wild had Kaprizov return, and he scored, I think, 2 goals. They had Eriksson Ek return. He scored 4 goals. And Marc-Andre Fleury played in potentially his last ever NHL regular season game, in which he won. Was it 7-6?
8-7.
8-7. Yeah.
And I think he broke a record, right? Did he not surpass Brodeur for most overtime wins?
Oh,
I heard.
I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that.
I think that, I'm pretty sure him doing that broke a record. So
wow. Cool.
So,
and then I think Andy had a little something he caught out of that as well that I didn't catch.
Yeah, so in all that goal scoring, on the Sharks side, Macklin Celebrini had his first ever career hat trick, which is very cool. But making that even cooler, apparently there was a young fellow with, I think he was either battling or just beat cancer, and he was there on his Make-A-Wish thing.
No way.
And so his wish was to go to a Sharks game and meet Macklin Celebrini. Wow. And so he goes, and Macklin decides, you know what? Let's put on a show for this kid. Goes up and scores his first hat trick.
That's cool.
I guess the kid was jumping up and down saying, "That's my friend."
Yeah. That's so sweet. I love it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Love those feel-good stories. I don't know if you caught one. It's a pretty obscure Canucks story, Ty, but there was a kid who was asked in between periods, I think, who his favorite Canuck was. And he said, Derek Forbert. Which, I mean,
wow.
Okay. And Derek Forbert hadn't scored in 82 games. He goes out the next period and scores a goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that's
has
awesome.
Kind of similar vibes. feel good stories.
Yeah.
That's a random favorite player.
Yeah.
Right. You look up the jersey sales at the end of the year and it's like, who bought a Forbert?
And Ty, they asked him at the end of the game, like, hey, did you know that the kid said that you were his favorite player? Like before the game, before he scored the goal, he's like, that kid needs to get a better player as his favorite player.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So after that game ended, I flipped over to the Flames Ducks game. The Flames madly needing points and actually with a chance to kind of get back into this playoff race. They were up 1-0 to the Ducks. Then the Ducks score and make it 1-1 in the third period. And then the Flames score 2 goals, one of them coming with like 4 minutes to go. Announcer's like, oh yeah, Coronado's like putting the dagger in the game. Basically, that should finish it up. Well, the Ducks
head for the exits.
A minute later, yeah. The Ducks like a minute later scored 2 goals in 8 seconds to tie the game 3-3, and then Ducks win it in overtime.
That's why you never leave.
That was crazy and a big blow for the Flames. So then, naturally, we all look over to the St. Louis Edmonton game, and that's a game where, I mean, I don't know if you're an Edmonton fan. Are you cheering for your team to beat St. Louis or for St. Louis to win and give the Calgary Flames less of a chance to make playoffs?
Oh no, I'm with Binnington. I wanted that to be like a 12-0 game against them. So.
There was describe a bit of that play. I caught that afterwards. What happened there
with Perry?
Yeah.
I didn't quite get the highlight. I mean, he's in the crease, and I guess he kind of kicked him in the head, which, I mean, he's down on the ground. They're in the crease.
A very Perry move.
Right? Oh, no, he's the kindest soul.
Perry saw that Binner was on the ice and skated directly for his head.
I mean, he took his skate off, stabbed him with it. I mean, who doesn't do that? So then he goes in front, and Binnington just lost it. He just boom, blocker to the head. Perry goes down, and then he just jumps on Perry.
Well, I think Binner takes that shot. Perry goes down, and then Binner realizes, "Oh shoot, I'm getting a penalty." And he's like, "Well, I might as well get the most out of this."
It's time to go all in, right?
Yeah,
It was and they did a feature I think a little bit after that, just on how all the times Bennington's lost it. And I think there was a few years ago in the playoffs, Kadri and them are playing, and Kadri's in an interview, and I think Kadri took him out. I think it's Kadri. Do you remember this? And so
right.
Kadri's like doing his post game or intermission interview, and Bennington went by and like was throwing stuff at him.
Yeah.
a water bottle at him, and
it was a water bottle
horribly.
Yeah. So
I don't know how that's not the game plan going against the Blues, is just to rattle Bennington's cage, because it seems like it'd be so easy to get him thrown off.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see intent. I may have my Oiler goggles on here, but it didn't look overly malicious. But
it's Perry, so intent is very much assumed as the default.
Maybe third degree.
Perry's very good at hiding it. Like, I was like watching him, like, oh, he intentionally went there and just did a little bit, just enough to like make Binner mad, and then Binner just blew up. And it was, I mean, credit to Perry, he's doing exactly what he's hired to do.
He best contract on the Oilers this year by far, by far.
So, big picture, what are the feelings around Oilerville? Like, obviously, you guys are probably looking ahead to the playoffs, which must be very nice. Do you have your eyes on certain matchups? Like, what are you hoping to see?
That Edmonton plays, or just in the league in general?
Specifically, Edmonton,
it's I kind of keep hoping LA can pass Vegas, because I'd rather play Vegas than LA.
Interesting.
LA frightens me. If they get home ice, like I watched a couple of weeks ago, Toronto was in LA, and I mean, that was one of the handful of losses LA took. But yeah, LA scares the crap out of me.
Yeah. Kuzmenko cannot miss in LA now. He's unreal. He's unreal.
Yeah. Man, I wish we had a guy like that.
Right? No, I don't blame you. LA would be horrifying. And I wouldn't want to face the Blues right now either. They're just feeling it.
Hey, they're on a 2-game losing streak now. So
that's right. You're welcome. You're welcome, NHL. It's going to be interesting, right? Edmonton's doing the old LTIR cheater thing that Vegas and Colorado and Tampa have all done, but there's a lot of guys out, and I'm worried about the chemistry when they come back, to be honest.
Interesting. So my biggest concern for them is your goaltending. I don't I generally think they're okay goaltending. I go down the conspiracy rabbit hole. I blame the goalie coach. Yeah,
Dustin Schwartz is been there since 2016, 2017. All the coaching carousel that's come in throughout all those years. This guy he was barely a backup in the dub. He didn't crack 900 once as a WHL player. I think he played U of A. I think he had one good season over 900, and then all of a sudden he's an NHL coach. Right. The rumor is he's somehow married into the Cats family.
That's what I was just about to ask. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So, because he's Mike Smith, when he was there a couple of years ago, he went and got his own coach. Skinner last year.
Oh, interesting.
Against the Vancouver series, when they actually pulled Skinner and put Pickard in. Skinner then went out and got his own coach for the rest of the playoffs. So you look at all the goalies that come through, and all of a sudden they're bad goalies. Then they leave, and all of a sudden these guys are going to All-Star games and Vezina candidates. So
a lot of smoke there.
There's, you go on. I mean, obviously you guys probably aren't on the Oiler messaging boards and the Twitterverse or whatever you want to call it.
Taking a short sabbatical.
Yeah. Okay. the entire thing is it's just Schwartz has got to go. I mean,
interesting.
Yeah, Stu shows he could play, right? We got Campbell the year after he was at the All-Star game, and all of a sudden he can't stop a beach ball. Like, it's, I'm
I'm with you.
It's scary. It's sketchy.
It's the reason why the Canucks constantly have good goaltending. Like our goaltending
Honestly.
coach is dynamite, and like
Yeah.
just Markstrom turns into an amazing goaltender, and Corey Schneider turns into an amazing goaltender, and Eddie Lack is great, and it's just like one guy after another just keeps working, and I think it's so true. And I think another team that probably doesn't have great goaltending coach is the Philadelphia Flyers. That team can't get a goaltender to like save their life for as long as
Carter
I've been
Hart's
alive.
supposed to be good, right?
Oh man.
What's that? Ugh.
That's another conversation for another day. Do you guys have a team that you think you can see surprising the most? What team do you see going deep that no one's really talking about, really looking at right now?
I think back to early in the year and how much the Wild were rolling.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just saw them get a couple of pretty key guys back and immediately start contributing.
Yeah.
I don't know that if I'm facing, assuming the Wild get in, which isn't a given yet, I don't think. If I were facing them, I wouldn't be looking past them quite yet. I don't know that they're going to go on a real run, but I wouldn't be shocked if they did.
Yep, that's fair. Ty, do you have one?
I mean, worst surprise would be St. Louis, right? They showed they can go up against some pretty good teams, although they lose to Winnipeg. Then they lose a weird one to Edmonton last night. I'm biased in the West, so I'm kind of hoping maybe Ottawa or Montreal can.
That's my team. Montreal is the team I think that could do serious damage. I could totally see them beating Washington, and I can totally see them beating one of Carolina or New Jersey.
Well, they just got that 30-year-old stud in Demidov comes over, right?
He's not 30.
No, I know. He just looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
That is a grown-ass man. That's not a rookie.
Yeah, he better stay away from whatever the heck Aaron Ekblad was doing, or he's going to be 20 game suspension immediately.
Yeah. No, I could see it.
Montreal seems deep, right? They've got the good goaltending,
and they've got the flash superpower, like Lane Hudson doing Quinn Hughes stuff right now in Montreal. Like Cole Caulfield is slinging it. Suzuki is like I am Bergeron now. So that team really seems to be gelling at the right time. They got a lot of like high end young talent that you just never know. Like I feel like those are wild cards. You had Demidov to that. You had Patrick Laine to that, and then Montembeault seems to be playing great right now.
At least,
and you got Martin St. Louis as your coach. Like that's a team that could definitely surprise. I can see them like. If you took the points away and you just look roster versus roster, why couldn't they beat the Capitals? I think they totally could. So it's a team to watch. There's these playoffs are gonna be so hard to predict. Every team can go.
Yeah,
you never know what happens, right? Hopefully, they call it there's the 3 seasons, regular, playoffs, and then finals. So here's hoping.
So true.
LA all of a sudden can't win at home in the playoffs.
Well, speaking
of the Capitals,
what
a segue.
Mr. One Alexander Ovechkin breaks Gretzky's record, and I thought very ironically. So, who is the team that constantly terrorized Ovechkin through most of his career?
Gonna guess Islanders. I would have said Pittsburgh, but
Pittsburgh is the name I'm going for.
Okay,
Sidney Crosby knocking them out of the playoffs constantly. As soon as Ovechkin scores, he goes and does the penguin slide, which I thought was very ironic. Does the full? No, I don't think that was intentional. I think that was just him going for the celebration. But I thought it was very funny. Like my wife was like, "Oh, he's doing the penguin slide. That's a great celebration." And I was like, "Wait a second."
That's awesome,
right?
I did not pick up on that.
Pettiness,
right? No, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think he's actually making a statement or anything. I think it was just him in the moment.
You don't think
but
so? You don't think he's thought of that moment like for the last
I think
several
he did.
weeks?
I think he did. Watching that video, I think he thought about what celebration he was going to do, and he started into it, and then just couldn't control himself, and it's just like and just like launched himself on the ice. That's my opinion, but I thought it was very funny that he did the penguin slide.
I like it. I'm stealing it, and I'm telling everyone that's what he did.
If it
brilliant.
is that level of petty, I am here for it. Last week's show, I told Jordan, if I'm Gretzky, like they always cut to Gretzky when Ovechkin, like when he tied the record, right? And Gretzky's like politely applauding. I told J-Dog I'd be up there with a big bold sign that said, "How many assists, Ovi?" Got a long ways to go in that regard. But it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
the thing is, if Gretzky challenges him, Ovi will probably do it. That's the problem. He doesn't want to wake the sleeping giant. You never know what that guy can do.
Ovi will just have like a rocking chair at center ice, and he'll just trying to get assists until he's 80. I could see it.
See, what I want to see, Edmonton now has some cap space available with some LTIR. I want to see them sign Gretz for the last 3 games. Let's get him to 9.
Sorry, he's not coming to Canada. He's tied up in the States right now. Got a bunch of political stuff going on.
Oh, there you go.
That's fair. Oh,
jeez.
Oh, well, anyway, that's that.
Good for
it was cool, right?
It was really cool.
How the whole arena just exploded when he scored.
It was so cool.
You got to give the guy his props. That's a huge accomplishment.
It's massive.
In the modern game, that much goal scoring, goalies are so good now.
Yeah. I thought the ceremony they did was fantastic. I thought it was all just really well done. It was really cool to see.
Yeah,
I didn't know about Gordie Howe's wife that gave a gift to Janet. I thought that was kind of cool. So, I like so how hockey has those traditions, right?
Totally. Yeah, and I saw a reel the other. Actually, my wife sent it to me today, and it was a video on top of a video. The top one was LeBron James breaking the all-time points record, and the bottom one was Ovechkin breaking the all-time goals record. And LeBron, the whole celebration is just him by himself, and Ovechkin's is the whole team just like completely mobbing him immediately. And they're like, "This is the difference between basketball and hockey."
Major difference, right?
Yeah,
it truly is a team sport.
Yeah.
So we did a quick rundown, like a 1v1 of some of the greatest athletes of all time. So we'll summarize it, and I'll pose it to you: MJ or LeBron?
Oh, MJ, come on!
Thank you.
Not even close.
Thank you.
I mean, we've seen these reels all over social media for years, and like LeBron has all these phantom dives. I mean, we're hockey fans. We don't like the dives, right? Or the you're someone skating there and it's the head whiplash. That's his game. No way. LeBron played in a way tougher, or not LeBron, sorry. Jordan played in a way tougher league. Like it was much rougher back then.
Yeah,
and
I
agree. Not to knock LeBron's athleticism. I'm sure he's a great athlete, but the stuff Michael was doing, right? Dunking from the free throw line. And it's not even in my mind, not even up for debate. No. MJ all the way.
I'm with you.
And I actually heard a new take on the argument recently, which was that basketball was arguably at its most culturally relevant in MJ's era. And it is suffering and I wouldn't say dying, but it's trending the wrong way in this era. It's just a 3-point contest, right? It's dull. I don't know who's excited about NBA basketball right now, but
that's a massive problem. So I went through the decade of darkness, right? April comes around. There's no playoff hockey to watch from 06 to 17. So I actually watched NBA playoffs during that 06 to 17 era, right? The Raptors were hot and won a championship.
The Canucks were on if you wanted to watch them, but
I kept inviting them, man. I kept.
I'd go to that channel and it was weird. I was ready to get those texts. Must have been blocked. But so I was watching it. It's quite exciting, right? Steph Curry was, just kind of getting into it and blowing things up. But you're right. It just all of a sudden turned into this 3-point contest.
I think people
doing the flashy dunks. And
saw Curry doing that, and they're like, "Wow, it's kind of like baseball, right? Baseball's turned into a home run derby, There's very little small ball. You're not really worried about stealing bases or even really playing defense. You just want
Especially
guys
with the
that
torpedo
can
bats
mash.
now.
That's what it's become. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
a
that's
little
what
bit
the fans
depressing.
want to see, right?
The
Like,
long ball's exciting, yeah, but man, there's something pure about laying down a bunt and stealing a
Yeah.
base, and I don't know. I
It's
love
about
it.
finding that balance, I think, and I think
Yeah.
that's the issue. Is the NBA like because basketball is still good? Watch March Madness; it's fantastic still. It's just that the
Yeah.
NBA has leaned so far into offense that there isn't guys aren't even playing defense anymore.
Yeah.
And
oh, I mean, you see some reels, right, where someone's going up for a shot and another guy comes in and just swats it out. I mean, that's exciting, right? That'll get the fans out of their seats.
And go the other way and throw down a huge dunk in their face. Like,
Right?
come on, that's great.
Yeah, the showmanship's gone.
a big block is like the equivalent to a body check in hockey. And if you take like body checks away from hockey, like you lose so much energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
Well, we fixed the NBA. We fix a lot of stuff on this show.
Money, please.
That's true. It's a wonder we're not more popular than we are.
Yeah. Cougars and Royals updates. We talked about them last week. Cougars fought back all the way back to a game 7. Unfortunately, just could not push it across the line. Lost 4-2.
Good effort, boys.
Good effort, but Royals are going to be moving on to round 2. We'll try and carry the load here, see how far they can make it. I personally, watching them, I don't know how the heck they finished first in their division. Both me and my wife were watching and be like, this team isn't that good from this game. So unless this is an outlier, this is the first game we've watched. Like, this is not like blowing us out of the water by any stretch. But what they do remind me of is the first year of Vegas when they went all the way to the Cup final. And that wasn't a team that really like dominated games in terms of puck possession and like finesse. It was more just a team that was extremely fast and like a jitterbug and just scored lots of goals. And that's what I really noticed with this Royals team. So maybe they can just use that to push them across the finish line. But they did play like their last game that they played in the first round. They beat their opponent 7-0 in the Tri-City barn. So never know. We'll see.
7-0 on an away game to boot.
On an away game to boot.
Wow.
And to end out the series. So yeah, we'll see.
They're gonna go far.
It's a long summer for Tri-Cities.
Yeah. Dog of the week. So Ty, traditionally dog of the week has been like a guy from the Canucks that we thought was really a dog this week and stood out particularly for his work ethic and tenacity.
Is it just Hughes every week?
Well, we try. That's something we joke about is like we give it Hughes like bi-weekly or something. Try and spread it around.
It's his off week.
Yeah,
he knows he's a dog.
Yeah. So we kind of just all put in our vote of who we think he would be, and then come to an agreement. Andy, do you have a guy in particular this week that?
It's another tough week to single out a guy for. I think both for the honor and the dishonor of the doghouse.
Yeah.
I kind of like to default to Connor Garland a lot of the time because he never quits. And in that huge comeback game, his setup on the 5-4 goal, where he kind of fakes going to the net, but then goes around the defender and hooks it back around his legs. I don't know if that was Luosterainen or who that was, but the guy had no idea what was going on. Like that was I think it was Lindell maybe. Either way, like a legitimate, solid NHL defender did not have a clue where the puck was because Garland just bamboozled him. And then he steals the puck and feeds Sherwood for the overtime winner. Just beautiful stuff. So, yeah, I'll go with Connor Garland. It could absolutely be Quinn Hughes. You go ahead. I do have an honorable mention, but let's see what you got.
Yeah. Ty, I don't know if you watch any of the Canuck games or if you have any.
Forbert taken? Can I say Forbert?
I don't think he played this week, but
you
can take him if you want.
He was probably in the dressing room pumping the guys up. You never know.
There
He might
you
have had a
go.
big part to play in it.
Right? I mean, you never discredit a black ace.
That's right. My vote would be Pia Suter. The way he's kind of taken the reins here with a lot of the top players being out. He scored 2 goals in the last minute and part of that comeback. And a guy that I think when a lot of players we've needed like players to step up, a lot of players haven't for the most part. Like guys have done good efforts, but they haven't actually stepped up. And I feel like PS since guys have been out has like stepped up big time and has produced. So he would get my vote, but I mean Garland is very much worthy of it as well. So
I like the Suter pick. That guy is going to get so paid, and it just keeps
so
getting
paid.
better for him.
Yeah.
There was a time we probably could have locked him up for a few more years at $2 million a piece. He's probably going to get 5 now
Probably
because
5 by 5 or
with
something
Miller
like that.
going out to New York, with Hedel getting concussed, and with PD, whatever PD's doing these days, playing Xbox, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
Pius Suter is playing first line center minutes and role for the Canucks and crushing it. It's wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that pick. Let's go.
Incredible
Is he an-
two-way player.
Is he an FA this year?
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and no reason to trade him, right? There'd be no possible reason why you would trade a UFA. No, I
Just
didn't think so.
keep those guys. I hear that's good good asset management.
So I was just like an hour ago was talking to my wife. I showed her the Brock Besser thing, which we'll talk about here in a second, but showed her the Brock Besser thing and she was like, "Wait, I don't understand. What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, she's like, is he a free agent?" I was like, "Yeah, he's free agent this summer." She's like, "Then why didn't they trade him at the deadline?" I'm like, "Exactly." I'm like, "Do you want to join the podcast?"
Insert clip here of Andy raging about how they needed to trade Besser if they weren't going to re-sign him.
Oh man, yeah. My wife does not like. She watches hockey through me, but like really doesn't follow the sport. Doesn't really, for the most part, know too much of like the in-depth stuff what's going on. But she was like floored. She's like, "Why would they do that?" I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah. So
I mean, there's
anyway.
Well, they could still trade his rights, right, before
yeah, but
July 1, but
I think unless you're like a top flight guy, maybe you get like a 6th or 7th round pick, maybe. And,
yeah, maybe they trade up for the draft. I don't know.
If Besser knows where he wants to go to, though, and the team knows he wants to go there, I don't know why you'd even trade for him. You're like, he wants to come. Like, say you're Minnesota, and you're like, well, I know he's coming here anyway. So maybe they will, but you're getting pennies on the dollar. You're getting like a 4th round pick or something.
yeah, I don't think Besser signs anywhere until he hears what Minnesota has to say.
Yeah,
just
I'd
my
be
guess.
surprised.
Okay.
So,
We'll see. I think he would destroy in Colorado still, but
it's
but
sad.
yeah. Anyway,
Ty, if you're wondering, we had Pedersen and Miller.
Which Pedersen? we are all Pedersens, aren't we?
We are the theoretically one of the best centers in the league, Pedersen.
Yeah, okay.
And now he's completely broken, and Miller shipped off, and Hedel, who looked good, got another concussion, and who knows what that's going to end up looking like. And now Suter is probably going to walk as well. So we have a broken PD, and then like Teddy Bluger, and some guys that have been mainstays in the AHL for a while. Like that's the center depth now. It was like center was an area of super strength for Vancouver, and now it's a massive hole.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think? Pedersen needs a whole reset? Do you think he needs to go?
yeah.
Or because he's going to have some
See
trade capital
episodes
there.
1, 2, 3, part of 4,
1 to
and
9?
5.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes on that.
Yeah.
I think so. I would recommend people go and read the iMac article from today on Sportsnet. He has quotes from both Brock Besser and from Alvin in there, and Alvin is just hardcore, and I think Rutherford too, but they're hardcore hitting on preparation in the summertime. Guys need to be ready. Guys need to come into the season ready to play 82 games and the playoffs. Like, and then they got touched. Like he got asked about Pedersen, and he's like, well, essentially he was saying like, well, we can't force him to be here. We've got everything he needs to be a successful player here, but like, So hopefully he stays, but we can't force him, so it's his decision. So we'll see.
Wow.
And his no trade clause
It's a
doesn't
full
kick in
no
until
move, I believe.
full no move
It's
doesn't
not
kick
limited.
in.
Ooh.
It doesn't kick in until July 1. So technically, if you wanted to move him, you can move him to any team before July 1st. So it's going to be very interesting. Alvin also talked about how he's happy with the goaltenders. He's happy with the defense, but he feels like we need to make moves at forward either through free agency or through trade. So, I mean, I'm happy to hear it wasn't the
Preach, brother.
yeah, I was happy to hear it wasn't like, well, we had a bunch of injuries and, we planned to, like, I think we'll be better next year. I think it was just, an unfortunate year with a bunch of weird things going on. I'm glad he didn't make excuses. He said, no, we need to be better and we're going to make changes. So I'm like, okay, well, that gives me a little bit of hope, but we'll see.
Where did the wheels fall off between last year? Because last year, I mean, you guys took Edmonton deep in round two. So
The thing was, last year, everything that could break one way or another broke the Canucks' way. Everything.
Yeah.
Everybody was healthy. Everybody had career years.
Well, no, you didn't have Demko though last year, right?
We did until March.
Yeah, because round two, Sleeve. I'm sorry,
But that's
Shelovs, yeah.
But that's where
he played
everything broke.
magical.
But that's where everything broke her way. We were down to our third string goaltender, and he was still playing awesome. Like everything was going great.
Yeah.
The Oilers almost won the cup, and we almost took out the Oilers with our third string goalie because even a freak injury didn't matter.
Yeah, if Brock was in that game, we might have had a different game. I think
You never know.
So they were dialed in and bought in. So
and this year
is this a Tocchet thing or
I think Tocchett's not the problem. I think
no.
I mean, you can look at this season and there's multiple 3-0 leads that the Canucks choked away. That normally that doesn't happen.
Man, our first half of the year, we lost like 11 times in overtime. It was ridiculous.
Like that never, you wouldn't expect that. There's so much parity in the league. And when you've got Quinn Hughes out there for 3 to 5 minutes of the overtime, you don't expect you're going to lose that many games. If they go 500 in overtime, we're still right there for a playoff spot, despite all of the injuries, the underperforming, the drama between Pettersson and Miller. Like it was an unfortunate year, not to make excuses, but all the guys who had career years didn't. Well, no, that's not fair. A couple of new guys did.
Yeah. The Pettersson Miller stuff is ultimately what that's the storyline of the season that dragged on for so long, and it was such a distraction and such a problem. And then lots of injuries. Like we had Pettersson be gone for weeks at a time, multiple times in the year. We had Hughes be gone for weeks at a time, multiple times in the year. We had Miller gone on his leave and then traded. Like Demko was gone for a lot of it for most of the season. So there was lots of like those kinds of things, lots of inconsistency, and it was just like we never really found a rhythm. It was actually okay for the first like month or two, and then it was just like a slow bleed, and we just slowly died throughout the season to eventually got to this point, and we're out of it. So.
Painful year, really.
Yeah. But we'll see. The quote I wanted to just bring up, the last thing about the Canucks. Besser, when asked about it today, said, honestly, it's unlikely at this point, talking about returning next season as a Canuck. It sucks. It's unfortunate. I'm just trying to play good hockey, and then I'll worry about everything after that. We all know it's been a roller coaster of a year. There's been a lot of different things. So that's kind of where it's at. Sounds like he's probably gone, which makes sense. But yeah, we'll see what the summer holds. But I'm so ready for playoffs. I am so ready for playoffs.
I'll be paying half attention for now.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. So Canucks are out. Who's your? I mean, obviously Edmonton's gonna be your first choice. Who are you secretly cheering for?
I mean, I'll be cheering for whoever is playing against Edmonton.
Yes. That's what I said to a coworker this morning. Yeah.
That's fair, because I would be cheering for. You know what's funny? So the year the Canucks went to the Cup, we were watching the game in bed, and so I wear contacts. I had my glasses on, and Bieksa won in an overtime to go to the Cup. Is that
off the stanchion? Yep.
Right. So Bieksa scores that goal. I was so mad. I took my glasses and bleeping through them at the TV. I was so mad when Bieksa scored that goal, and it might have been an overreaction, but oh yeah,
That's good.
I was so just that's yeah.
The
I mean, it
juxtaposition
was a
of
great
that
goal.
compared to my house when that happened.
Oh my
Right?
goodness, no kidding. Yeah, quite the opposite.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we should head off to the dog park.
Oh, hold on. We didn't do the dog house. We got to put somebody in the dog house.
Do we have to do the dog house? I don't want to do the dog house. We just keep it as is. Keep those Canucks in there.
We put the entire Canucks team in the dog house last week.
You can't do that this week with that comeback. You can't do
It's
it.
true. It's true.
That was, I mean, your NHL history.
Can I
True.
nominate a guy for the doghouse who didn't even play?
Yeah.
I'm putting Pettersson back in.
Oh, you're right. Yes, that's the right decision. I'm with you.
Unless his whatever it is that's hurting him, if it's his wrist, his oblique, his whatever, unless it's falling off or hanging by a fifth of a tendon or something, he's got to be in there.
Yeah.
His team needed him.
So, Ty, last week, Taka was talking about how he was asked about Pettersson and what's been going on there. And he said, yeah, he's been out for one or two soft skates. It's kind of like a pain threshold thing, but he just looks so disappointed and so defeated with this guy. And so that just brought back all the bad feelings again with Canuckland. With we got Quinn Hughes, who's got 4 injuries right now, playing in these 30 minutes a game in games where you're trying to make the playoffs. And at that point, when he left, we were very much still in a playoff race. And Quinn Hughes played all of overtime.
That's thinks Petey could
that's
go.
Scary. Yeah. That's, if that lack of compete isn't there when you're fighting, I get it. If you're sitting in your team 12 in the standings, right? Okay, whatever.
If you're the Sharks and you're Pettersson and you're on the Sharks and you're we're finishing 32nd regardless.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's a character flaw to me, right?
Yeah. And it's been the thing that's been the thing that's driving Canucks fans crazy for the last few years. It's that kind of stuff. At the Four Nations break, they were talking about what has gone wrong basically, and he said he couldn't train properly over the summer because he had to work around his injury, which was tendonitis. He came out and said,
okay.
So, but tendonitis is a pain threshold thing. Again, you just need to rest for a while and then go. But at some point you need to either not play or go play. And when he's choosing to go to Four Nations and then doing all these extra things, but then also not playing, he's not really picking a path, and it's just driving everyone crazy.
Yeah. So I'm going with Pettersson because reading between the lines with Tocchet, I think Tocchet and the team think that he's good enough to go. He may not be healthy, but like you say, you got a lot of guys in game 78 or whatever who are playing through it, and he's not. And I think the team thinks he should be. So that for me is enough to put him back in the doghouse.
I like it. And despite our lowly Canucks getting kicked out of the playoffs, the Abbey Canucks are rolling. Well, I think we talked about this last week. They were on 11-game win streak, I think. Now they're on a 13-game win streak. They're keeping cruising. So we'll check in next week, see if they can keep it going. But
they got Lekaramaki back now, so that's a little boost.
Yeah, excited to see what they could do. I mean, if Manny Malhotra and the boys can go win the whole thing in the AHL, that would be pretty sweet. That would be a nice little confidence boost to them.
So great.
Yeah, me too.
All right, now I'll let you go to the dog park.
All right, now we're off to the dog park. All right, welcome into the dog park. We are starting off by looking at what was with March Madness. And I got absolutely destroyed by Andy. I finished with 74 points, and Andy won. He picked the winner, the Florida Gators, and finished with 132 points. He nearly doubled me up. So that championship goes to Andy. And
that's what they call in the business a whooping.
I'm not sure he knows like where Florida's located or how tall a basketball hoop is, but
Nope.
um,
It's one with the round ball, right?
yeah,
It's kind of orange. Yep.
yeah. But yeah, so I got handed one there, but we'll move on now. We're
Moving
heading
right
off
along.
to a would you rather segment, and I'm looking forward to doing this with 3 people. I think it's going to add to the fun. So, question number 1: would you rather have to use shrimp flavored toothpaste or deodorant that smells like cheese?
So my approach to these ties is always to ask some clarifying questions. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this specific cheese or?
Yes, that's big.
Blue.
Yeah, shrimp all day. Shrimp all day.
Oh man. Oh, I don't know. I like it. It probably has to be. It probably has to be. What if it's like an old cheddar?
I think it's still shrimp because you can go and like just slam a coffee or something and pretty much covering up
Yeah.
the shrimp.
Yeah, that's
mostly.
fair.
You know, it'd be a great toothpaste flavor. Would be a Costco hot dog toothpaste flavor.
Oh man.
Oh, the beef
It's
of
the
the
gift
Polish.
that just keeps on. Hey, whatever. That's the gift that keeps on giving right there.
You'll be burping that for 3 days.
Right? It's glorious.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm probably with you on the shrimp flavored toothpaste just because it can get over with fast, but that's disgusting. That's so
if you
gross.
could pick the cheese, I think you could make an argument for the deodorant in that case because there's
That's
some
fair.
pretty mild
That's
cheeses.
fair. Go with like a
But,
goat cheese. It would just be like a cream deodorant.
Like natural lubrication, there, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
love
All
it.
right.
Wait, would it still be a deodorant in that case?
No. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
A cheese. A
Odorant.
cheese odorant. Yeah.
Cheese.
Yeah. I think
Cheese scented antiperspirant.
there we go. Yeah.
This is a
it would
very
definitely block all
classy
sweat
show,
pores.
Ty.
Yeah.
I told you they'd be taking a right turn.
Yeah.
Real hard
Yeah.
right turn.
Yeah. Is Mensa aware of you guys? That should be your sponsor.
we our inbox is open.
And our wallets. All right. Question number 2. Would you rather sweat an embarrassing amount or need to hydrate every 3 minutes?
So do what I do now,
Right?
or
This is a poorly formulated question.
No. I'm talking like it looks like you just were in the gym kind of sweat. Like your back is always sweat stained, your pits are always sweat stained.
I
or
don't
you're
own
having
white shirts. For that reason.
I already forgot what was the other option.
Yeah.
Sweat
or hydrate every 3 minutes.
Oh,
And I also like this is not just your shirts. Like this is like you're sweating on your face too. Like your arms are always slippery.
Because I've been dealing with sweat for so long, I gotta think that I would like to have to hydrate instead and have my sweating under control. I don't know.
Yeah.
it'd be nice to have a break. I'm gonna go with hydrate.
But like it would be so hard to like you're trying to play hockey or do something and you just like have to like hook up a water bottle to your head.
Yeah, because you're out there taking 3-minute shifts. Come on.
Well, I mean like floor hockey I am, yeah. We have one sub.
The runners have those like backpack things. Right?
Yeah.
The straw comes
There
through.
we go.
You just hire a guy to run along beside you everywhere you go. That's got a cup
The
of
problem
water
is
for
how
you.
much you'd have to pee.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
You'd just be standing at the urinal drinking the whole time,
I mean, hydrate could just be like a quick sip, though.
right?
But like every 3 minutes, that's a lot of sips.
And does this 3 minutes go while you're sleeping too?
Oh,
I think you get the
no.
pass. I think you
Yeah.
get the pass.
get the
while
pass
you're
to
sleeping.
sleep. Okay.
That's too
Okay.
easy. Yeah.
Although you probably
Yeah.
do sweat an awful lot in your sleep. In this case. Like,
yeah, probably.
Ooh,
Probably.
if it's an embarrassing amount
Yeah.
of sweat, you're probably
Yeah.
waking up in a puddle.
It's a very clear sweat, like full imprint on the bed when you wake up in the morning.
That's awful.
It'd just be rubber sheets the whole
Oh,
way through.
Yeah, I think
wait, you
you got to
don't?
go hydrate.
I kid.
You get up out of bed, it just sounds like Velcro. All
I
right,
love
I
it.
think we're all on hydrate. Is that correct?
I'm going hydrate.
Yeah, hydrate.
Yeah. All right, number 3. Would you rather live in a world without music or without colors? This is very tough for me. I don't know which way to lean on this one.
We're talking all colors. This isn't like
So
colorblind where you confuse a couple,
you
but
live in black and white,
like
or you live without music. So get rid of every like beautiful view and all that kind of stuff. But also, it's always just silent sound. There's never like music when you're in a store. There's never music in movies. There's just no such thing.
Oh,
I think I gotta sacrifice color.
Yeah.
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 It's so tough. It's so tough. What do you guys think?
That's a real tough
Yeah.
one. I think, yeah, I'm not a big music guy, but I still think I could do without color over music.
Would it change it if you were born this way versus just instantly losing one?
So this is not just like you live in a world without color. Everybody doesn't have color. And then everyone doesn't have music. Like one or the other doesn't
Oh,
exist.
okay. Now, sorry, are you aware of it or are you oblivious to its existence?
Sure. As of tomorrow, you lose one of these two things forever.
Ooh.
Everyone loses one of these two things forever. So you know what they both like could be.
I want color,
This one
right? You can always
kind of heavy, man.
Yeah, this one's it's kind of sad.
See, because like,
What a
yeah,
downer.
and I was gonna say, in a world without music, you can kind of like, you can still remember the music, so you can kind of. But I guess without music, it's like
You
actually
wouldn't.
without music. Yeah,
It's gone.
yeah. So I guess it would be without color. I think. Oh,
Well, I
think
guess
so.
you would remember like music as a concept. That
Yeah,
there
but not
was
like what
music,
it was like.
but
Yeah,
you couldn't
yeah.
remember a tune or.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd
that's
go color, but
color. I could.
Yeah, it's close, I think, but
yeah. Well, sorry to bring down the mood.
wow.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm sad.
Well,
That's just because you're an Oilers fan.
Yeah, that's true.
speaking of colors, I think we'll have
Yes.
some fun ones in the next segment here.
Exactly. We are doing what we're calling the dog fight. It's going to be like a bracket-based challenge. We are starting this one with different jerseys, and we're going to go through the bracket and figure out what the winner will be. So we'll get that
Can be
set
the
up.
greatest NHL jerseys of all time.
Exactly. All right, so here is the bracket we have set up with all of the different jerseys. I see I forgot to put the Bruins name there, but
Nope,
I don't
that's
really
good.
like the Bruins. I
That's
think
good.
participant 12 is very fitting.
Yep.
Just call it Marchand.
Yeah. Former Marchand's ex. All right, so we're going to be going through and figuring out which one of these is the greatest jersey of all time.
I can tell right now there's some tough matchups in there.
Matchup 1. What are we thinking? So we got like is it Merrick Malik Statue of Liberty shootout goal
Yeah,
with the
between the legs.
New York jersey on the left, and then we've got the Colorado retro jersey where they combine the Colorado Avalanche colors with the Quebec Nordiques like jersey to create like like a mesh together jersey.
So we're
Do you,
voting specifically on that variation of the
on that
Nordiques.
jersey specifically,
Okay.
the one you see, correct?
Oof.
Do we
Those are
have a way we're
two.
leaning?
Those are two great options.
I think I'm leaning the New York one.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
kind of
it's a very
leaning. Go ahead.
simple. I like the sleeves and the. Oh man, this is a tough one.
I really like about the Rangers one how much it leans into the New Yorkness
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
Very fitting. But I think
yeah,
I love the Avs. Like that's how you do a retro throwback
right.
jersey.
Yeah.
Um,
So what do we got here, guys?
I think I'm going to. You know what? I think I would like the Rangers one a lot more if it was just the Statue of Liberty head
Mm-hmm.
without the
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
NYR.
on the sleeves. Oh, without the
Mm.
NYR. Yeah,
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. I think I actually like the NYR. I think that adds to it for me.
Well, in the interest of moving things along, I am just going to throw my vote behind the Nordiques.
Okay. Well, now we've got a tiebreaker up to tie. Fitting.
as much as I love this Nordique or the
Oh
Colorado
gosh, dang
jersey.
it!
It's a shame they. I think they only wore it once or twice, which is the true shame.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Ranger one because they actually wore it.
Yeah. And I think
But
that's like New
That's
York
fair.
one's got nostalgia for me, and I think that's what ends up winning out. But
yeah.
I
all
can
right.
picture Malik's face just like skating back to the bench after
Yeah.
scoring it.
So we'll try and be unbiased as we can towards teams. I think maybe we got the
Oh
Canucks
man,
jersey and we've got the Hartford Whalers jersey, the Canucks skate jersey, the black skate jersey, and the green Hartford Whalers jersey.
That Whalers jersey is so sick.
It is
I
extremely cool.
I love your guys' black skate jersey. I really do. But that Whalers jersey's all time.
I
Is
think
that
I'm.
Whalers jersey the one that they wore with the Cooperalls?
I think so. Yeah.
Looks like it. Yeah.
And I don't have the
Man,
nostalgia to the Whalers jersey. I think I got to go Canucks on this one, but I got to get my vote in there early so that I'm not having to be the
oh
tiebreaker.
shoot, he does
So
this to me.
we
He,
we
oh,
have an age gap here. I'm sure. Did you guys ever actually even see the Whalers play?
yep.
I did
Yeah,
not.
you did not. Yeah. Okay.
The great thing about the Whalers, I think I had put forward maybe the white Whalers jersey where the whale tail and the W were different shades.
Yeah.
Um, just a great logo.
Oh, they got the H in there, and it's beauty.
Yeah, I love it. I love the Hartford one, but I gotta go black skate. I'm gonna be buying one in a couple of days. I gotta give it at least one win.
Well, Ty, are you going with the sweep or are you going to give Hartford a vote?
I'm giving. I can't believe it's only getting one. I'm going Hartford all day,
The
all
fact that
day.
I really had to think about it, and it's going up against the black skate,
This
that
is a beloved. Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
great jersey.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Challenge
oh
3.
God.
We've got the Oilers jersey. They're like early 2000s alternate logo with like
The
the alien eye.
McFarlane,
Yeah.
Ty,
the McFarlane jersey.
is
The
that your
McFarlane
favorite
jersey.
Oilers jersey?
That is my hands down all time favorite Oilers jersey, and
Really?
I cry that they don't bring they did the reverse retro on it and totally
Yeah.
messed it up.
Yeah, I agree. The other jersey we have is the blue Screaming Eagle Capitals jersey. Very much like the one that we saw Ovechkin wear, but we saw Ovechkin often in the black or the white versions. This is the blue alternate Screaming Eagle Capitals jersey.
This is like the Olaf Kolzig jersey.
Exactly.
It's a slick jersey, but I'm homering it. Sorry, sorry, not sorry.
I like the Edmonton jersey a lot, and that's actually probably the one I would choose as well as my favorite. But I really love this Caps jersey. It's one of my favorites, so I gotta go with Caps jersey.
Oh boy, I should have voted earlier.
We'll learn one of these days.
I think I put forward that Caps jersey,
Oh,
or one very similar to it, anyways. But looking at it, the Oilers one does seem to have more of a connection to to the team name, the city. The Capitals one, it's like it's an eagle. They're not the Eagles. They're. I mean, the Capitals
They're
always
the
struggle with that loose association.
well,
Mhm.
they're the capital of the U.S., right? And the eagle is very much a representation
National bird.
of.
Yeah.
That's
So
exactly
I
right.
mean, we're not playing 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon here. That's several steps away. Versus the Edmonton Oilers, it's
Yeah,
oil.
yeah,
Like it's
you're right.
right there.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know that I would have picked that as my favorite Oilers jersey, but I do think it's pretty slick, pretty
Because it's
clean.
so limited, I think it's, yeah. I
Yep.
just see Ryan Smith skating with his mullet up the ice with it. It's beauty.
yeah,
I'll
that's
give
true.
it to Edmonton on this one.
Okay. Apparently, Andy's got multiple favorite Edmonton jerseys if he's picking that one, and it's not even his favorite. Next, we are looking at the Calgary Flames jersey with the horse with the flames coming out of the nostrils. One of my absolute all time favorite jerseys versus the LA Kings purple and yellow, like 80s jerseys, I
Man.
think.
This is a tough one.
With the bejeweled crown as the logo. Yeah, easy for me. This is clearly the Flames jersey. It is a top 3 jersey of all time, in my opinion. So, yeah.
It really kind of looks like they were looking at the Canucks black skate and they're like, man, that looks sharp out there.
Yep. And
I
then they're
mean,
like, what if we took away a skate and put a horse with flames coming out of its nose?
yeah,
I'm on board.
we
You
got like
sold
the
me.
Stampede thing, but it needs to be
Yeah.
badass. How about flames?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's so cool. I love it.
it's pretty great. But
Uh,
that Kings jersey is
it's so
it's real
ornate, the
good.
Kings jersey,
I
right?
I think the logo loses me with like all of the little dots and everything on the
It's
logo
busy.
itself. I would like something a little cleaner, and I think that's what I like about the Flames side of it. Otherwise, I love the colors. I love the purple yellow. It's very royal looking.
Ah, I'm so torn. I love the Calgary
Man.
jersey. It loses points with me because it so closely apes the Canucks colorway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, I loved watching Iggy play in those Flames jerseys,
Mm,
and Iggy's one of
It's
yeah.
my
true.
favorites. Shoot.
Oh
We got some
man.
serious indecision from these guys here. Where are they going to
You know,
go?
why couldn't the Whalers jersey be
Yeah,
in this one? That would have been
I'm going Kings.
going
Okay.
Kings.
Now Ty has to decide.
I
You know,
think
this is a. Oh, I mean,
It's super tough.
I don't know if I can vote for Calgary. That's my problem. I'm not a.
Dude, I just voted for
mean,
Edmonton. You can do anything.
this is the awesome like decision that Ty's gonna make. He's either choosing LA or Calgary. This is great.
right, like Sophie's choice, but in a bad way.
It's even harder.
Because I really, oh man, the edge is going to Calgary. Even though
Okay.
I'm with Drew here. They're so copying that skate
Now we
jersey.
got Calgary, Edmonton. All right, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Next, we've got Florida, Nashville.
Ooh.
Florida is with the like 2000s, the panther jumping out at you logo with the blue and the
Yeah.
yellow, the gold, red, and white trim. The Predators one, it seems to have not come through with great color, but this is the blue and yellow Nashville Predators with the saber tooth.
Well, that's not the one that I put forward. I put forward it's like a super dark navy blue.
Sorry, yeah, that was the one actually that was meant to go in here, and it just didn't translate over properly. It went black and white for some odd reason. But yes, if you want to describe this, Andy, that'd be great.
Yeah, so it actually doesn't look that far removed from what you see right there. It's a very kind of monochromatic interpretation of the Preds jersey. So where that looks almost like a super dark gray, just
Yep.
imagine it had a little more blue to it, like a dark navy sort of blue.
And then it's pretty much there, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Panthers one, it's easy. I absolutely love this Panthers one. I hated it when they went to the badge logo. So yeah, it's pretty easy for me, this Panthers one.
I'm ashamed. I don't ever recall this Nashville. I mean, obviously the logo. I don't recall this color
I
God,
think it was a very
Nashville.
limited run, like an alternate
Yeah.
jersey for 1 year sort of thing that I stumbled
Yeah.
across. I thought it looked very clean, but
Hmm.
I'm kind of with J Dog on this one. The Panthers one is great. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. It's, I love both logos, but yeah, Panthers. I'm seeing John Van Beesbrook here.
All right, I think
I'm
the
seeing
Panthers are getting
plastic
a
rats
sweep on this one.
raining from the skies.
All right, next we have got the Phoenix Coyotes, Arizona Coyotes jersey with the like Aztec looking coyote head and a desert landscape with cactuses on the bottom, and it's kind of like a, oh, what do you call that, like a sandy dirt mud colored
Terracotta.
jersey, terracotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love this jersey. And then we've got the old school Bruins jersey with the black and the yellow trim, with the little like bear logo with Boston over top of it and Bruins underneath it. Was this the Bobby Orr jersey era jersey,
Oh man,
or not, or Ray Bork, or yeah,
I
Uh,
couldn't
it
tell
was
you.
it
ooh.
was before my time, so I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, to be
um,
fair, this was a reissue, so
right.
no, it
For
wasn't those guys. But
for me, it is clearly the Coyotes one.
yeah, I'm going
Love the
Yeah.
Coyotes
with
one.
the Yotes as well. They've had a couple.
Yeah.
What do they
All in
call this?
favor?
Like the desert dog?
Something like
Because they
that.
have the
Yeah,
I
one
yeah.
think
where
that's
he's
the
holding the
Desert Dog.
stick, and then they have this
Right.
one where it's just the head, and I love them
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Cool. Next we have probably my favorite jersey.
Oh.
I love this jersey. I mean, it's already, the Mighty Ducks movies have come up multiple times in our past episodes. There is so much nostalgia built in. I like this one and I like the purple one, but I think the Mighty Ducks white away jersey that's used in Mighty Ducks D2 with the green trim. And the purple trim is straight up one of my favorite jerseys. And then we've got the St. Louis Blues jersey, with the blue and red primary colors and the yellow trim that was used. What iconic goal was scored? Who scored that goal?
I'm going to assume Hall.
That wasn't the foot in the crease,
Because,
was it?
no, that
No.
was when he played with
Oh,
Dallas.
that's right.
This was late 90s. I want to say like 97, 98 kind of era.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Hall actually was a blue back then. He must have been. But for me, I think if you went
I think it was maybe
the
Gretzky
purple.
is what I was thinking.
Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
I think if you went the purple Ducks jersey, that would have got my vote.
Okay.
Because I love that color scheme, just
Yeah.
like you did.
Yeah.
And awesome logo. But
Yeah.
I'm going Blues on this one.
I like it. I'm going Ducks. Andy?
I'm gonna have to go Ducks.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
That would have been a mad disappointment if the Ducks jersey didn't make it out of the first round.
it's just an iconic colorway. The logo's fantastic.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Here we have the old school Jets logo. Looks very similar, honestly, to the current Jets one, but it's like an orangier red and maybe a different shade of blue, but very similar to the current Jets jersey. And then we have the current Habs jersey, because there really isn't any other Habs jerseys.
I love that for the Canadians. The history of it, the
Yeah.
continuation.
Yeah.
I think it's a great looking jersey. It gets my
Yeah.
vote this round.
Yeah.
It's similar in my mind to like the Blackhawks jersey. I think the Blackhawks jersey is so sharp.
Oh,
I don't know
Yeah.
culturally how well it
Yeah.
plays in this day and age. I'm surprised
Yeah.
it's still a thing, to be honest.
well,
But
they have the
it's
blessing.
sharp.
I understand.
That's what happened exactly.
yeah.
They got the approval from the
From the Blackhawks,
from
right?
the Blackhawk actual
Yeah.
group.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, that's how
Yeah.
that stays.
I mean, screw the Blackhawks, so that's why it's not in here. But
like the hockey
admittedly,
team he
it
means.
is a sharp
Yeah.
jersey.
Let's clarify. He means the hockey team. We don't
Yeah.
get kicked off.
You don't know me. Yes, I do. Mean
Yes,
the-
the hockey
You can make
team.
up for it by playing a little Chelsea dagger.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's Montreal for me.
Montreal for me as well. Tyler?
I love that Jets jersey. I do.
Okay.
So I'm going Jets. I'll flip them
Nice.
the point.
Nice.
Well, you just
Okay.
didn't, J Dog, didn't you go
Oh,
Montreal?
whoops. My bad. Yep. Press the wrong one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
Nice try,
I wanted
Ty.
to give
Jeez.
I wanted to give Ty just a little sense of accomplishment. Okay, on to round 2. I think, did these jerseys actually battle at one point in the Stanley Cup final, or was that a different Rangers
No, it's
jersey that
different
faced?
that
Rangers.
was the Rangers.
Oh yes.
sash
Honestly,
kinda.
I enjoy that 90s. I mean, I don't like what they did to us in the 90s, but I can appreciate the jersey. So we've got the Rangers Statue of Liberty jersey, and then we have the Canucks skate jersey.
This is skate all day for
This
me.
is tough for me. I think, yeah, I'll leave it up. What are you going, Ty?
They're both really nice jerseys. My eye just keeps getting drawn to the Statue of Liberty. I'm going Rangers.
Okay. Oh man, I should have went. I'm gonna go. I really love both these. I'm gonna go skate. I think it's cleaner. I like the way the layout is better, but they're both so good. Next, we have the Oilers jersey versus the Flames jersey. we have the Oilers alternate early 2000s jersey and the Flames horse with the flames coming out of its nose.
And I feel like it's. Am I the tiebreaker here? Is that a safe?
I'm the no brainer on this one. I can't vote for Calgary over Edmonton on anything.
No brainer Calgary for me. So Andy.
Oh.
Where's my coin?
All right. Yes, I like it.
All right. Ty, you're gonna take the Andy side. J Dog is J Dog, and
right.
whoop. It's Andy. Oilers move forward.
Oh, you're killing me. Okay. You're killing me, Smalls.
Well, Ty, I hope you've enjoyed being on this episode. This might be your last. I'm just kidding.
Well, good night.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we got Edmonton, Vancouver in the next round. That's gonna be good. We got Florida and Phoenix jerseys. So we got the Pouncing Panther and then the Desert Dog jerseys. This is extremely hard for me. I'm going to let you guys go first. I'm going to think about this.
It's not hard for me. That's Florida.
It's not that hard. Yeah, I agree. I'm going by strictly logo.
Wow.
It's a much sexier logo.
I'm going Coyotes because I'm not going to let them get swept in this round. But Florida, I'm very okay with that. Next, we have the Anaheim Mighty Ducks white jersey versus the Canadiens current jersey. Easy Ducks for me.
It's Habs for me. Sorry, dude.
Oh man!
Oh, wow.
Oh man!
I think we got to call this segment the tiebreaker.
I'm so envious of Montreal's jersey for all the reasons.
Really,
I think it's so sharp and it's got the lineage. It's great.
It's fair.
It's so classic, but. You know what? Again, I'm going to logo on this one. It's Ducks.
Let's go.
Sorry, Uncle Drew.
Oh, that's okay. You're about to get steamrolled in Skate.
We've let this go on long enough.
That's right. Let's put him out of his misery.
Okay. Yeah. We're going skate here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised.
Now we've got Panthers and we've got Ducks. I'm going Ducks. I love them both, but I got to stay true to I love this Ducks jersey.
I got to go
Panthers. I'm still going Panthers. Yeah.
Got two Panthers?
Yeah. I broke both your hearts this round.
Okay. I'm going early. I'm taking the Panthers in this one. I love this.
I'm going to take the Canucks, and I'm going to make Tyler.
Wow. What a shocker that a Canucks jersey's in the finals on this podcast.
I definitely didn't give them an easy route to the finals. That did not happen. That was not intentionally done.
I just like that skate logo so much. They're both really nice jerseys, but I'm voting. I'm going van.
Oh,
You're going van. Oh wow.
I'm
let's
going
go.
Okay.
van.
I can't
Yeah.
believe we did it. Even though I gave the Panther, I was like, okay, here we go. This is to show we're not biased. I gave it up to an Oilers fan to decide the Canucks' fate.
That's true.
All right,
That's
the skate
that's
jersey
great.
wins out. That was fun, fellas. I
For
enjoyed
what
that.
it's worth, though, I was so close to giving it to the Whalers jersey over the skate.
Oh yeah,
Really? Oh,
It's so good. I just love it so much.
it's such a great
yeah.
jersey. It's yeah. What do
Awesome.
you guys? My years ago, my nephew he had this idea. He wanted to see either the skate with the current
Hmm.
colors or the current colors with the skate logo. What's your guys' take on that?
There's been some mock-ups of it,
Mhm.
Has
and
there been mock-ups?
yeah,
How do they look?
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Best not to blur those lines, you guys think? Or
I am like I just love black jerseys, simple black jerseys. It's why I
okay.
love the Flames jersey so much. It's why I like a lot of the black. I like the Stars black jerseys. I like the Tampa Bay black jerseys. We can do a whole nother bracket. But yeah, I'm very biased towards the black jersey, so I would
yeah,
have to stay
Okay.
there. But
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't know. I think some of the crossovers work. Who did we just?
I was hoping when the reverse retros came out that Vancouver was going to do something like that, kind of like what Colorado did with the Nordique logo and
Yeah,
but with
right.
their colors, right? Like that's
and I
it's a
think the
great
Hurricanes
jersey.
did that with the Whalers too. I think they played with the colors a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yes, I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that approach to the reverse retros. Although I think the Canucks reverse retro with the Johnny Canuck was A+ as well. But
Completely agree.
It was up there for me on the with the Avs. I think those reverse retros, the Avs was the best one, but that Johnny Canuck was a sweet
Yeah.
looking jersey. And it hurts me to say that, just so you know.
that's fair.
It does to compliment the Canucks hurts, but that was a great. Again, for me, it's about the logo. It was a great looking logo, great color. Yeah.
That's fair. All right. Well, that was fun. And we are now off to the draft. All right. Welcome into the draft. Today we are drafting a battle royale at an amusement park. Previously, we did a battle royale at a coliseum. Today we're going to an amusement park. And yeah, Andy, who's kicking it off?
All right, the random number generator says that I get the first pick.
Oh, of course it does. Of course it does.
That's not a benefit though, because we do this snake style, so I'm not going to pick again for a very long time.
That's true. That's
Okay.
I don't
true.
like getting the first overall pick in the draft.
And we are altering as well. So previously we have done 5 picks because there's been 2 of us. There's now 3 of us for this draft. So we are going 4 picks. So there will be 12 selections in total.
Yes.
So Andy
Second up
and
is
then
Jorn, and then Tyler picks third and fourth.
on the turn.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, you're up first. What are you going with?
Okay. After much consideration, I am going to go with a suit of armor from a live action like princess knight situation as performed at an amusement park. So I'm getting a full suit of armor with my first
Ty,
pick.
have you ever seen anything
been to
remotely like this?
Disneyland.
Are you confusing it with that restaurant where you go in the nights?
Medieval times? No,
Medieval times? No?
no. Suit of
Very
armor.
questionable. Very questionable.
Okay.
I care not for your judgment.
So, like, man, if we're going Disneyland, there's a whole new universe there. But
The
I
criteria
guess
was amusement park, and that is pretty broad.
I feel
and
I
my
might
subsequent
have made a
picks
blunder.
will
That's-
demonstrate this.
Oh shoot! I might have to
Okay.
be making some audibles here mid draft. I am going to be starting off with go-karts.
That was on my
As-
list. Yep.
Yes, I figured that if nothing else, if I die, at least I'll be going out having fun. So,
That's a great pick.
all right, off to Ty, who's got the turn, so he'll have 2 back-to-back selections here.
Well, it's kind of aligned with what you were going with. I thought bumper cars,
Oh, okay.
right? Just
Yep.
ram right over them,
Yep.
right? Am I doing it right? Is that
Bumper
Yeah.
cars would be tough because you'd be limited to within the bumper cart
That is the issue.
right?
stable.
Oh,
But if you're
okay,
prepared to just
okay.
kind of bomb around in there until the end of the battle royale,
Just keep
Yeah.
right. Just keep running around, right?
Might
Yeah.
be
You
a
gotta
little bit
catch
of a
me.
sitting duck, but
hey, it's valid. You can take
yep.
bumper cart.
all right. And you get a second selection as well.
This one, yeah. So it's going to be close hand to hand combat, but I'm going weak old churro. Right? You get someone. I'm sorry. You get someone in the eye with a weak old churro.
Oh, that's gold. I love it.
Man, there's no churros lasting a
That's
week if I'm
awesome.
there.
I know. At first, I was like, "Well, the pacifist in me. Let's just share a churro. We're all friends, right?" But it was a battle royale.
I think you should have just got a fresh churro and used it as like sustenance. To get
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, there's going to be fresh churros where the old churros are, but yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that's great. I love it. Okay, this makes
I'm
it
so
a tough
winning.
second selection. So I think this pairs nicely with go-karts. I'm taking darts. And I'm going to be zipping around on a go-kart flinging darts. And they're going to be I can take a lot of darts with me and not have too much issue, especially in a go-kart. I can like put them at my feet or whatever. So anyway, I'm going darts.
Oh, man. You guys are both about to be so disappointed.
Oh, I'm scared.
I am going to take an axe from the axe throwing activity
Yeah.
Okay, you
that
brought
you
that
can
home.
find at some amusement parks now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering if you're going to go that. I was thinking that they didn't actually use real axes. I haven't been to a lot of amusement parks lately.
Yeah, I
but-
did have to Google it and make sure that I could point to at least one
Was it in
thing that was
Florida by
called
any
an
chance?
amusement park. Fasttime.ca, if you're wondering, has axe throwing.
Did it say Hunger Games in brackets?
Did not. Okay.
All
I am
right.
also going to take, because I feel
A sword.
reasonably protected in my suit of armor.
A gun.
I was considering it, but I'll take a baseball bat from a batting
Okay.
cage.
Okay. Well, that kind of
Is there a lot of batting cages at amusement parks, though?
No.
Oh sure, even
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
even the place in Abbotsford has a batting cage.
Does it really?
Pretty sure.
I think he's making this up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I am happy to be fact checked. These are good picks.
Okay. Okay. I am. What do I do here?
Don't hate me because you're ill prepared for the draft, fellas.
I was tempted to take baseballs, but now I feel like that would just be like you cranking
Oh,
home
yeah.
runs.
He's got a bat. Yeah. You're just giving him ammo.
Oh,
Now I'm
man.
just having a good time.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna take one of the BB guns that they have with the shooting. I'm gonna set that up as a little turret on my go kart, and I'm gonna have darts.
When
that
you
can
said
whip as
gun,
well.
that's where I
Yeah.
went. I had BB
Yeah.
gun. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You took it. You took mine.
So many of those are getting replaced by like the lasers now,
Yes.
and that's such a bummer.
Oh,
I know.
That's-
I had to go and check to make sure that they're
Yeah.
still a thing, and they are still a thing in some places. So
Definitely. Nice pick.
thanks.
oof. All right. That's me now, right?
It is you, and these are your last two selections.
This is my last two.
Yes.
So you're rocking up a bumper car with a week old churro. Just to summarize where you're
Hey, I was gonna go with the BB gun. So the next pick is gonna be even more disappointing.
I love it.
inside
I
for
love
you.
it. I love it.
But you know those rides where it's like boats in the water?
Yeah.
I was going to grab the water. I mean, it would be slow. It'd be, was it diphtheria or whatever it's called? Right in the face. You get all that gross old water. And, eventually you probably die from diarrhea. I mean, it might be 2-3 days later, but that's where I'm going with it. I'm probably gone with the suit of armor and the
Diarrhea
bat.
water.
But,
Okay.
yeah, but boy, I'm getting you at the end.
He was just trying to food poison us and then just like
Oh,
get infections.
I don't even know how to summarize that in like list form. Bad water.
Oh, this is good.
Rancid water.
Water.
Yeah,
All right.
rancid water.
Rancid water.
That's so good. So good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
then I get one more.
Yep.
So this one would take some prep, but I would develop some ill-tempered petting zoo pets that would.
I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
I love your selections. These are awesome.
Right? Yeah. I mean, maybe I could put some lasers on them, right? Freaking laser beams. But
I think what you should do is feed the old churro to one of your pets and it'd really be ticked off.
right? And they get the rancid water, and now they're rabies.
They're ready to go,
Oh,
man. That's going to be like a horrible smell, and there's going to be like little...
right?
There's going to be messes all over the place.
I'm dead and gone, but what's left after I'm gone is the true
revenge.
love it.
Wow. That was great.
That's fantastic.
That's a great.
Oh man, that leaves me with a hard decision. Geez. I think I'm gonna go beanbag toss board or a cornhole board. And my thinking is as I'm gonna set this up kind of like on the front, use it as a shield. I can set the gun through the little hole on the cornhole board, and then I can use it as my shield, hold it up, and then be able to both fire with my hand and be able to throw darts. I'm not sure. I'm going to drive with my knees, I guess, but...
So hold on. How many arms do you have in this scenario? Because you're holding a board.
5.
You got darts. Yeah.
I should have got some like mannequin arms or something.
Oh, man.
And he's going to
awesome.
blow us out of the water on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last pick. Disney World now has an archery
of course.
station.
Of course.
So we'll go with the old.
Oh,
Bow and
jeez.
arrow.
I don't know how you're going to hold all these things.
Okay, hang on though. Are we going the actual Disney archery thing? Because that's going to be all plastic.
No, I think
Got
it's
it.
actual archery.
It's
It's
actually
not like
is there a
hunting
Disneyland in
tips or
Texas
something,
now?
but
Yeah. Okay.
It's in Florida. There is a
It's
Disney
in-
World
right.
in Florida. So that's
Florida.
where the
you
problem
can
is.
see
Touche.
the headlines.
Yeah.
Florida man kills 15 at new Disney World exhibit. Yeah.
With week old churro.
Yeah. So do you
that's
guys
good.
want to recap your draft list?
Yeah.
Tyler's like, nope.
I've got a go-kart.
I
I've got darts. I've got a BB gun, and I've got a beanbag toss board.
perfect. I don't even remember. What was I got? I think I have a churro, rancid water, ill-tempered pets,
And a bumper car.
and
And a bumper
and a bumper car. Right? The bumper car will have flames on it, so at least I'll look cool.
Yep. And I have
The Oilers fan just said he's going to deck out his bumper car in flames. I don't know if there's any Oiler fans out there. I don't know if you should
Ooh,
allow
ouch.
this
Send
guy
your
out
hate
here.
mail.
Yeah.
And I'm rocking a suit of armor with an axe, a baseball bat, and a bow and arrow.
Yeah,
So,
we're getting destroyed.
Yeah.
This guy found a loophole.
Hey,
and used it.
let's talk about David and Goliath here, right? It's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the fight in the.
I would
don't know.
argue-
I'm drinking rancid water.
The animals are a real wild card.
It's
and,
true.
And the go-kart,
Right?
you can find an amusement park with some go-karts that like haul ass.
It's
and that
true.
could be a real
Yeah.
wild card. So
Right? You get some good
I'm
gas
not counting
power.
my
Yeah.
chickens. But
Hey Andy, we're putting in a rule: you can't use Disney, so it's capture penalty, and you're losing half of your picks.
I still win.
You're losing all your picks.
Yeah. I still want to go to the armor amusement park.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this
We
guy's
might
like
need-
Tell you
Core
what.
Lanes. Core Lanes is a
Core Lanes?
amusement park, right? Bass Pro. That's an amusement park.
If
It's in Cabela's.
if I can't find a
Yeah.
suit of armor from a knight from a clearly
Yeah.
amusement park, then I will forfeit this draft.
There we go. We get him on a technicality.
There we go.
Boom.
Do you guys have any honorable mentions?
No, that was hard enough.
Oh, dude. I'm down to rancid water and pets, man. My honorable mention is like the ticket paper cuts you that you used to get in.
I know.
Oh, skeet ball. I should have gone
Oh,
skeet
there, yeah.
Okay.
So I had baseballs. I had the sledgehammer from like the
I thought
that,
that.
ball. Oh.
yeah. Glass bottles I figured could be pretty useful in a
Oh.
battle royale.
Yep.
But again, I was in a go-kart, so I'm like, I don't know how well. Yeah. Mini bowling balls. There was a lot of bowling ball things. The clown mask, I figured if I was doing some jump scares to really throw people off, I figured a clown mask would be pretty fun. I had a giant stuffy, again, just as like a form of protection.
I went there as well.
Yeah. And then an energy drink just to like keep me going.
Energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
if I couldn't get the suit of armor, if I got too much pushback, which I can't believe you guys let me get away with that.
I can't believe I did
Sort
either.
of.
That's
I
I was just being nice to you because Ty is here, and that's not going to happen.
some kind of helmet. I even thought go-kart helmet would work, or like a climbing helmet or something. I also thought push comes to shove, like a Buzz Lightyear costume or something would offer protection.
Yeah. I really didn't think of Disneyland. I was really thinking like local amusement parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of the old, whatever's down at the parking lot in the summer, right?
Yeah, the old West Coast amusements.
The West Coast amusements, right?
My choice is
we'll do a
Dirty
battle
Chains.
Yeah.
Sketchy Carnies.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm going to get the carny after you.
Maybe next week we'll do a battle royale in Disneyland, and then we can see all of Andy's picks again.
Yeah, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star
another
Wars.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right. Off to Tuesday. All right, welcome to Tuesday. I believe Andy has our results from last week. Do you mind sharing those with the class?
So first, a bit of a mea culpa. I went back because I wasn't confident in my addition skills, and I recounted the running score to date. And going into this week, it was not as close as I was trying to lead everybody to believe. J-Dog was up by 3, actually.
Oh, wow. Let's go.
With an incredible prediction rate of 26 of 50 for 52%.
That's a pass, my friend.
Compared to my 23 of 50, which, considering
not a pass,
basically a 50-50, is not good. So
unless it's a penalty kill, and then that'd be great. That's a great penalty kill number. I mean, it's all about relation.
Not really, but
he's an Oilers fan. They
don't power play.
So this past week, I completely made up that difference. It was glorious.
Oh, crap.
J-Dog went 4 for 10. I went a solid 7 of 10.
Well, you cheated. You only picked home teams.
Basically. So I, just for fun, I went to see what Maggie would do over the past 3 weeks if she just continued to pick nothing but home teams to win. She'd be 22 of 30.
Goodness gracious.
Just the home teams.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Thinking there's a strat.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, so we're both sitting at precisely 50%, 30 of 60. Maggie's 22 of 30.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right. Well, we will kick it. So what is the totals right now then?
30 of 60 each.
For each of us. Okay.
Yeah. So, Ty, don't worry about not doing well. At all. At all.
All right. So
that's good.
This week, we are going to be kicking off with the Blackhawks versus the Senators. I will be taking the Senators. Ty, off to you.
Absolutely, Senators. Those guys are just cooking right now.
Rolling.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Senators too. Maple Leafs, Sabres. I'm going to go against Maggie's intuition here and take the Maple Leafs. Ty?
You know what? Tuesday, yeah, I'm going to go Sabres. I bet you we're in this time of year where they're going to start resting players, right?
I'm with Ty. I'm going Sabres as well.
Yeah. The Sabres are hot.
Next, we go Blue Jackets, Flyers. I'm going to go Flyers. I think they're getting a bit of a bump from not having Torts there. So I'm going to go Flyers. Ty, off to you.
I am going Blue Jackets.
Oh man, I was about to say Blue Jackets, but nope. I'm sticking with the strat. I'm gonna go Flyers. And then Panthers Lightning. Ooh. It's a toss up.
This is
so
like this
home
game. I
team.
think both teams care.
Yeah.
This is a big. Yeah.
Well, this is a first round matchup, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
So I'm going to take the home team in the Lightning. Ty.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Lightning.
I will be taking the Panthers. We have got Devils Bruins next. Bruins are at home. That's two teams that love losing lately. My goodness. I'm going Devils here.
Devils, I agree. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'll take the Bruins. Capitals Islanders.
So a rematch of the OV goal game.
Oh, of the 8-9-5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am going to take the Islanders.
Oh, shocker. Ty?
I'm going Islanders. They are not going to be happy.
No.
I think that Ovi scored, right? There's no ceremony this time.
Yeah. Fair. I mean, they just got rocked by their state rivals 9-2 tonight. So
That's
I think
true.
they'll be in a foul
That is
mood.
true.
Yet I'm going to take the Capitals. I don't think the Caps liked getting beat 4-1 last time they played the Islanders. So I don't think the Islanders beat them twice. I'm going Caps. Next, we've got Ducks versus the Wild Ducks, a team that they're the plucky Ducks lately, really scrapping for everything. And the Wild, a team that is desperately in need of points. I'm going the Wild here. Ty?
I'm going Ducks for spoiler if the Wild haven't clinched.
Nice.
I'm going to go Wild as well. Blues, Utah. You say the Blues have lost a couple in a row, huh?
Mm-hmm.
2.
I think they turned around versus Utah. I think it's just what the doctor ordered. How about Utah?
I am going to go with, Utah, who should have called themselves the Latter-day Skates. But
I love that. That's gold.
Right?
That's pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I'm going Blues here. Next, we have got Flames Golden Knights. I'm going to go Flames, I think. Here we go. Ty?
Yeah, these are hands down my two least favorite teams in the entire world, and I so hate Vegas. I think Calgary's going to be out, so I think Calgary's going to take it to them.
Okay.
I'm going to break with my tradition here and go Vegas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just so you can't accuse me of just only taking
I was going to. There's a
Although
lot of
I did take the
accusations
Leafs
I've got
too.
for you.
The Leafs are visiting the Sabres.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I
then
took the Leafs over the Sabres. Ooh.
Bold predictions.
okay, I'll take another visiting team where
Oh,
I take
take
the
the
Kings
Kings.
over the Kraken.
Ooh.
Bold choice.
Oh. Ty, who you got?
This is Kings and Kraken, you said?
Kings
Yeah.
and Kraken.
Kraken at home.
Yeah, I'm going Kraken. There's probably their farewell game,
Also
right?
going Kraken. I think the Kings will just have that spot locked up. I don't think they'll want to do anything too crazy.
Yeah,
And
everyone's
I
resting.
think the Kraken, a lot of those guys are fighting for their jobs right now. So I'm going to go Kraken. Which is rare, as Andy knows. Like, I never choose Kraken in these things. I don't think that they have a good team. But, yeah.
They don't. No.
Yeah. All right. So that wraps up Tuesday. That wraps up the episode. Thank you, Ty, for joining us today. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you. That was tons of fun.
And we are now in the double digits on Dogs on Skates.
Onwards and upwards.
Indeed. If you like the episode, you like the podcast, throw a like on there, click subscribe. Appreciate you guys all listening and watching, and we'll catch you all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks.